Today we are going to be talking about visions. Now, Buddhas, before we get started, I just want to let you all know that we've got a playlist down below with well over 100 Buddha Billionaire videos that you can binge watch for spiritual awakening. And while you're at it, feel free to hit that subscribe, like, comment, bell notification, etc. so that we can get this stuff into the algorithm and get as many people on the train as possible. Now, last thing before we get into today's topic is our sponsor, which is taking a deep breath. So all together, Buddhas, take a moment with me and inhale and release. Now that we're all feeling nice and relaxed, we are going to be talking about visions today. More specifically, how dreaming and visioning and God are actually all the same thing. Now, whoa, I understand. If you've already clicked away because I said the word God, I'm sorry that you were triggered, but you're already gone, so it doesn't matter. For those of you who are still here, I do not mean some biblical man in the sky self-portrait of Michelangelo. No, I'm specifically talking about man, human, so men and women, everyone else in between combined, the human ability to imagine. When you can close your eyes and see something, that is God, okay? I'm going to stay away from the word now, but that's actually what is meant by that. Apologies for all the triggers. Go watch a bunch of Neville Goddard and you'll understand. Now, when we're imagining, or dreaming, or visioning, or in that state akin to sleep, where we're relaxed and we're seeing things going on in our heads, that is real. It's really there and it's happening. And I wanted to share a dream that I had last night, actually, which was in the form of a very vivid vision. And this all started at a grocery store, where I was in line, I had paid for my groceries and I was just leaving. And I turned around and my cart had disappeared. And a man came up to me and said, "Hey, I know who stole your cart. He's going to be outside. If you give him $10, he'll give you back the cart." And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, but again, I'm dreaming, right? So I'm just following through on a script that's kind of already been predetermined for me in this dream. I'm not lucid, but I remember it very well. And then I walked outside, saw the man with my cart hostage, and I was like, here's $10. And I noticed in my wallet, very specifically, that in my wallet there was a 10 and there was a $50 bill. In Canada, they're different colors too, so it's very easy to see it at a quick glance what you have in your wallet. And I gave him the $10 bill. I was like, all right, can I have my cart back? And he's like, yeah, here you go, and he ran around the corner of the store. I looked at the cart a little bit more closely, and it was not actually my groceries. It was another cart and just some random garbage kind of like laying in the cart. I was like, nah, I'm not letting this stand. So I went around the corner to get the guy, and then he tried to mug me. Which, again, in real life, these are not the kinds of actions I would have taken. I would have just been like, okay, bye. I'm not going to fight this. But there was a part of me that was following a bit of a roller coaster ride in this script of this vision dream that I was in. And I went around the corner, and immediately the man was like, kind of sort of trying to mug me, but he didn't really have a weapon. He was just like, give me all your money or you won't get your cart kind of deal. And I was like, all right, that's weird. So I immediately kind of froze the scene. Again, not lucid in the dream, but aware of my own power of the dream, right? So I froze the scene and I said, you are powerless in the presence of God. And I don't mean God, again, as some random white dude in the sky. I mean imagination, my power over this reality that I'm visioning right now, because I'm laying in bed while all this is happening. And he immediately froze. And it was absolutely incredible. And he began to cry and freeze. And I was like, I'm going to tell you two things. First thing is, if you continue this life of negativity and trying to hurt others for your own gain, it's going to be a short one. Not as a threat, but just as like, you're going to have a short, pitiful existence if you keep doing this. And the second one that I said to him was, I love you. And then I distinctly remember there were tears on his eyes, not like bawling, but just like emotional reaction. He could not move. He was frozen in space. And then I took out my wallet, and I took the 50, and I'd already given them the 10. I took the 50 and I tucked it into his shirt pocket. He was wearing a collared shirt with a pocket on it. And I tucked the 50 in, and I was like, I love you. And then I walked away with my groceries, and I went back to the front of that store where the other man had been, and I said, your buddy's around the corner. And I left, and I got into my vehicle, and that was the end of the dream. And this is much more profound to me personally than just the actions that were happening, because what happened here was I was in a vision. I was in a very deep state of sleep in a vision, and instead of just being like, all right, cool, I'm lucid, I'm gonna go be Superman and fly around, I actually had maybe more control of the dream because I wasn't entirely aware that I was dreaming at the time. It felt very fluid and it felt very real. I could feel the grocery cart when I was walking around. I could feel my wallet and the money coming out in that exchange. I could correlate directly to the emotional reaction that this being had. It's not really a man, right? It's another consciousness, another part of either my own psyche or of something else, I don't know. But it was really, really cool. And I really wanted to share it with all of you, just because I think our dreams are super, 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 super underrated. We live in a society now where we're constantly being bombarded with this TV show and this news feed and this Instagram post and this garbage over here about whatever the hell. And we are forgetting the fundamental fact that we have an incredibly powerful supercomputer in our heads that, whether it's receiving dreams or generating them itself, I still don't 100% know, but there is something going on when we're asleep, and everyone can relate to having dreamed. And I think that in a society where we didn't have as many screens in front of our faces, and there was not a heck of a lot of interest going on a day-to-day basis, we were much more in tune with our dreams. And it would have been something beautiful to discuss with other people. And I want to bring that back. I think that that's such an important aspect of human existence that we are neglecting right now. And I do believe that our dreams and our ability to imagine is the fundamental key to success in whatever area of the universe you're working at. So Buddhas, if this resonated with you in any way, please let me know down in the comments, or if you have any questions about the dreaming process. I've really started putting a lot of time and effort into my own daily life and routine around that, and I would love to either help you or hear about your methods. So let me know down below in the comments. And thank you for listening, Buddhas. Remember, the absolute most important thing is to love yourself.